Which retakes should I learn? A question as old as Fortnite, but seemingly everyone has a different answer. Because as was famously said, there are no right answers to wrong questions. The question, which retake should I learn, assumes that retakes are some predetermined set of actions to be memorized and repeated, like a double edit or building a box. But those things are done in a single action almost instantly. Retakes are not. From the time you start the retake to the end of it, multiple seconds have passed, the opponent's moved around, and the scenario is completely changed. Build fighting is inherently dynamic, fast-paced, and reactionary, which is why you do retakes, but don't learn them. Every retake is made up of the same fundamentals. Whether it be 90s, triple edits, high walls, or anything else, it can always be broken down to the fundamentals. Instead of trying to learn the exact order of fundamentals, you should instead learn all the fundamentals and combine them dynamically while fighting depending on the situation. This emphasizes you tracking your opponent at all times, as you need to know what your opponent's doing in order to decide what your next action will be. When you do predetermined retakes, it'll work sometimes if the opponent does just the right set of actions for you, but other times it'll leave you open to running into their builds or getting shot from weird angles. But when dynamically build fighting, you're aware of where your opponent is, constantly changing your next course of action so that you block angles from your opponent and avoid their builds. Perfect example here from stream. I'm planning to edit through and box the opponent to my right, but I'm paying attention to them and see them holding out their shotgun looking for a pre-fire. So instead of confirming the edit, I change course and get double edits from above instead. This is how all the best players fight, and learning predefined retakes does very little to help you get there. The only way to get to the point where you can watch your opponent so closely while build fighting is to perfect the fundamentals so much that you can do them without looking at the builds most of the time. Instead of staring at your crosshair while glancing at your opponent occasionally, you should be staring at your opponent while glancing at your crosshair occasionally. Even when you look at streamers, you can see them reading chat while free building because they don't need to stare at their crosshair to do the fundamentals. They just need to look back occasionally. Once you've learned the individual fundamentals you'll use, you should free build with the goal of connecting together random fundamentals together rather than the same combination every single time. Triple edits into high walls, into 90s, into anything else. The goal is that you'll easily be able to connect any one fundamental into any other. The last problem people run into is finding it difficult to start watching an opponent while building. But the problem isn't that you don't know how to track the opponent, because you can do that when watching other people's gameplay. The problem is that you aren't used to building without looking at your crosshair. Once you can build without staring at your crosshair, you can look at anything else, like the opponent. So to practice, the next time you free build, try to watch your map or your loadout as much as possible. That way you learn to build without staring at your crosshair, making it easy to watch opponents once you're actually in games. So if you want to do retakes, first learn the fundamentals, then free build to connect them, and then do it without staring at your crosshair. Farewell.